what's wrong? Where did your majestical curls go? Man, I miss them too, bro. I miss them too. Alright, moving on just to distract myself from the majestical curls that I lost. Staying consistent is pretty fucking easy.
Girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like.
Alright, so I got 3 tips for you today. You're not getting my tip, don't be excited. So I got 3 tips just to stay consistent. And these are bare fucking basic tips, but you're gonna fucking avoid them at all cost. Because if you followed them and think to yourself, these are pretty simple, I can do it, you would have done already. You didn't need this video. Alright? So first tip is wake up at the same time every day. Fix your sleep schedule. You gotta make sure your circadian rhythm is on point. You can't be like, oh, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow at 6 a.m. and you do, because you watch like 5 David Goggins reels and he's saying, stay hard motherfucker, carry the logs, carry the boats, and then he starts beating his shit. I watch that shit too, bro. I watch 5 hours of that. That's why I wake up at like 6 a.m. and then beat my shit every day. So you wake up at 6 and then you do like 50 push-ups and then you study for an hour and a half and you say, bro, I worked out today and I studied. I'm smart and big. What about the next day? Oh, what you do for the next day? You wake up at around 11 p.m. dude. And then you think to yourself, oh, what about the 50 push-ups and like an hour and a half of studying I promised? You don't do that shit because you're fucking ruining your momentum, first off. Second off, there is no consistency. One day you wake up at 6, the other you wake up at around. You wake up around 11. What? Alright, when you do that, first off, you're not getting a perfect rest because your brain does not know when to relax and when to get awake. Second off, I don't know, dude, that's the only point I had. Alright, so the second point, do the same stuff around the same time, just like sleeping. You gotta make sure your days are like pretty similar. That's how you stay consistent. Consistency is like pretty fucking similar and slowly going up. Alright? That is consistency. It's not one day fucking hard exercise, the next day you take a rest, and the other day you go like halfway of the first half. Alright? No! Its consistency is like this, slowly going up. Alright, so if you have a designated study time from like 7:30 a.m. till 9, do that shit every day, dude. Alright? 7:30 till 9, that's your designated study time. Set like an alarm at like 7:25 to yourself. You got 5 minutes to prepare everything, close everything down and study. Take 5 minutes just to mentally prepare yourself before the task. That's a great advice, alright? And that's how you stay consistent with doing the same thing, alright? That is how actually consistency is done. And lastly, what if there is something you can't avoid tomorrow? Like, let's say you gotta buy XYZ at like this time because the store only opens up at this and the rest of the time I'm not free. So let's say you gotta buy a plant. I don't know why you would. I didn't take you for an old Asian man. But let's say you gotta buy a plant and the store opens up at 8, but after 8 you're not free anytime soon. So you gotta buy it at 8, but it kind of clashes with your study time since it's from like 7:30 till 9. So what do? Well, you wake up earlier the next day to make sure you have extra time to buy it. Alright? So instead of waking up at 6, you wake up at like, wow. You wake up an hour and a half. Okay, you wake up an hour earlier. You wake up at 5 the next day, so you have enough time, so you can get an hour and a half of studying before you go and buy the plant. That's how you need to plan the night before what you can do and how you can squeeze that hour and a half in. Alright, so please, these are the 3 tips you need to do to stay consistent, and you're not getting my tip. Alright, now for the would you rather. I don't know if you missed this, but if you did, well, here I am. Would you rather never be able to charge any of your electronic devices overnight, meaning if your phone's stuck at 5%, you cannot charge it through the night? Oh, any traveling, okay? Any traveling that takes more than 30 minutes, you can never use your phone. You gotta ask around people, hey, do you know where the shopping mall is? He's gonna say a fuck you, and you're gonna have to take down your chin like a good boy because you don't know the roads, and then you're gonna say, hey, sorry, dude, all I'm asking is where the shopping mall is, and then he fucking spits on you, and you just drive off saying, ah, dude, I deserve that, fuck me. So which one would you rather? Right? You can't use your phone for any rides that's longer than 45 minutes, or you can never charge your phone at night. Choices, choices, dude. And recap of the video, rewatch this shit, dude.